Right, Makita nut guns. Just to save me the hassle from now on. This is not broken. Customer says it's broken at the bottom. That is not broken. Fair enough, that one's got a fair bit extra wiggle. But this is not actually broken. This is a separate housing from the actual body of the machine. So this is one housing, separate housing on here with actual rubber dampers. That's to take the play and the vibration, the shock away from the battery. So the battery is basically just floating here on the machine. Takes any play away from it. So this one, keep getting this on, people asking, tell me it's broken, it's under warranty, fix it up. That's not broken, it's meant to be like that. It also says there's a noise on here. That I'm not sure about. And I know this is near water, so we'll check the bearings as well. Extra protection for your batteries that Makita put on. Metal strip on here so that the housing doesn't wear out and become loose. With your roller, rubber bushings all around the place to keep your battery in nice and tight. And these dampers then stop any vibrations from the impact from vibrating on the battery, causing the terminals to burn out. They're not going to burn out anyway because of the amount of meat on the actual receiver. This is not going to be clean inside because it is down near salt water. This is going to be corrosion. The bearings are fine. Wee tiny bit of rust on it, just that's all. Dirt and grit and rust is actually built up on the actual stator or on the rotor. Other than that, she's okay. It's very stiff. And when it just pulls off, it shouldn't be that tight. That's probably why. Smell of that. So that is rust. That's actual hammer wit. It's just steel. So any actual water that gets on through the seal just eventually rust that, and rust then starts to get onto the actual grease. So this is out on a boat doing some very dirty work. Any salt water gets on, it's going to cause a bit of rust. It's a wee bit of grit bolt up on that steel bush, not much. Right, just give us the end a wee clean out. Put a bit of fresh grease on. Right, that's her cleaned out. Now, when rebuilding these, don't go crazy with the grease. Don't need an awful lot. Any extra you put on is just going to come back out through into the motor. Gears is the main thing. Just make sure they've got enough grease on them. Your armature's coming through here. Any extra stuff's just going to get pushed back. It'll come out through the armature. So you don't need to go nuts. Now there's a needle roller bearing up inside of here, so we got a wee bit on there. And a wee bit on the head. Don't forget that washer, just for holding them pins on. Make sure that steel bush has a bit of grease on it. It's the washer that the anvil runs against. And as well, the anvil, only features you don't really point out. When these are running in the machine, once they get a wee bit old, dirt and grit can get in between. It starts to foul up on the anvil, makes it squeal. And can also just start squealing just now the grease dries out. Once there's no grease in this here, it'll start squealing as well. Wee bit annoying, but easily fixed. The Makita one, the wee hole in it, that serves two purposes. One, for when you grease it, you don't get a pressure seal if you're putting it back together again. So this will still go into the pan, no problem. But as this is running, slapping back and forth, the grease starts getting pushed down. It's pushed down through the centre of the spindle and the anvil. Comes out that wee hole into your steel bush. So the squealing's less common on the Makita ones, just for that one little hole. That's that. As well, just change that bottom bearing, just in case she wasn't gone, but she wasn't the best. That's her. Sorted. One Makita nut gun, all cleaned out. Better rust and water, does it no harm at all.